Hey guys, what is up? I'm back again with another video. And I had recorded this video last night, but it was very late and I was basically just rambling on throughout the whole thing. And I don't think I got the message that I wanted to get across. So here I am recording it again. Hopefully I can make the points that I want to make clearly and you can step away from this video learning something or gaining an insight or feeling, wow, you know what? I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels this way. What we're talking about today is minimalism versus the need for streetwear and fashion and being involved in that culture of things, basically, because that's what it is. If you're into fashion or streetwear, one of the main things I feel like people are into it is down to being able to express themselves and being able to have a creative outlet for the way they want to show the world who they are, essentially. Of course, you could just be into it for the hype and wanting to show people that you are someone that has something worthy to say because you have money to spend on hype clothing. That could be a thing, but I'm gonna give everyone the benefit of the doubt here and say, yeah, you like streetwear and fashion because you're able to express who you are to the world. Okay, so let's bear that in mind as we continue this conversation. Now, what are the drawbacks that come with wanting to express yourself to the world? Well, in order to do so, you're going to need to have money to spend on the clothes and the stuff that you want to represent yourself. I feel like I'm repeating that a lot. Don't worry, take a shot for every time I do say anything as cliche as that. But you're going to need to spend money to dress a certain way, essentially. And the thing with fashion is things are constantly evolving. It does seem kind of counterintuitive that you want to express yourself in a certain way, but fashion is also changing all the time and your style might change on what is currently stylistic and fashionable. Maybe that is another kind of argument to be had. Like, if fashion is always changing, are you really expressing yourself if you're only wearing what you're supposed to during that time? That being said, if you are doing all of that stuff, then it's going to cost you a lot of money for the most part. Minimalism essentially means stripping away everything that is not necessary. And a lot of people have it in their idea that that means that you just get rid of everything. If you first look into minimalism and you get excited by the fact you're going to just start throwing everything away. But there's a lady called Marie Kondo, and I know a lot of people watched her documentary on Netflix and listened to her ethos on what you should do, which is hold something in your hand. I'm gonna hold my keyboard because that's what's in front of me, and you look at it and think, does this spark joy? And if it does, then you keep it, and if it doesn't, then you say, thank you for being part of my life. Now galang. So that's a way to look at things. And if you are into fashion, like we said earlier, and you hold a lot of things in your hand, you might think, wow, this sparks joy, and so does this, and so does this, and so does this, and then you don't let go of anything. But maybe that's okay. If it does all spark joy, then and it does bring you happiness to own such pieces, then maybe that's okay. But then we go into the whole part that fashion is evolving and you're trying to think of something that's not fashionable anymore. And your CDG Converses that you once bought are being clowns now in 2020. Heart shoe is bad. And you think, these bring me joy, but if I go out wearing them, I'm gonna be a clown. So what do? I would say, first of all, if you still like them, keep them. But then if you're going to go ahead and buy more shoes, loads and loads and loads of shoes to replace them, then what are you really doing? So after I got into minimalism for a short while, I'm quite a fickle person. So I like seeing things and think, yep, that's what I'm going to be on now. I jump into it. And as a result, I got rid of loads of stuff, shoes, clothing, gave it to charity shops or just threw it away. And some of the things I do regret giving away, but not really. I don't actually regret giving them away. It was the compulsive need in me saying, I need more stuff when you don't. I really think that there's a grey area when it comes to consumerism and fashion. Because at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that we want, we're pressurized into buying to prove that you really like it. Like, there was a point in time when I worked at Nike and I would use the last amount of money that I had in my account to buy some shoes, which I would never do now. I would not call myself a sneakerhead anymore, even though I still like shoes. I still like buying shoes to express myself. So what's the solution in all of this? Well, I think it's about finding the balance. the sweet balance, you know, zen. And there's a few things that I'm trying to bring into my life to ensure that this balance remains constant. First one, which I'm a big advocate for, is of course thrifting. The point of minimalism in this aspect is to make sure that your bank account is not affected. Like I said, fashion is always evolving, and if you feel like something's not in trend at the moment, I don't know, remember when neon was really crazy? You could buy some of that Prada or Louis Vuitton shit for however much it costs, and then it's out the next season. Or you could go to the thrift shop, find something that is to that caliber and buy it, wear it for the season and give it back to the thrift shop. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Eco-friendly warriors are us. Yes. Of course, using Depop and all of those stuff as well is also a good idea, which kind of brings me on to my next point, which is fast fashion. I don't think I really buy fast fashion at all anymore. When I'm talking about H&M, Zara, etc. One place I do like shopping at a lot, if I'm gonna go, is to Uniqlo, but I do that for the basics and essentials. So your white tees, black tees, trousers, chinos that you need. I won't buy a top that says long shit, I don't know, some H&M graphic tee. I won't buy that fast fashion stuff. The reason is because these clothes tend to not retain their value. So even if you do end up hoarding a lot of them, all you can do is give them to the charity shop. When you're buying statement pieces, then they do tend to retain their value, as long as it's, so for example, Supreme tees that I've bought, I can sell them pretty easily. Really does depend how much I want to sell them for, but they will sell at the end of the day. People love their Supreme. And then the last point that I want to say is you don't necessarily have to buy the things. You could admire from afar. It's okay. I know, like I said before, I do feel like there is a pressure to have to buy everything, or a lot of it anyway, to kind of show, hey man, look, I've got the drip. And at a point in time, I was thinking of, you know what, I don't even want to buy any clothes. I'm just gonna wear a uniform, all black every day, which it's nice to say and I wish I could do, but I don't think I could do that because, like I said earlier, I do like expressing myself through my clothing. You don't necessarily have to buy everything. You can admire, read some articles, look at people's fits, admire them, like them. Of course, if you want to get involved, then refer back to the other points that I made. And of course, there's always saving up for the pieces that you really want and you really like and you really think are gonna stand against the test of time. And then you can keep them in your collection and no one can say anything. I'm not too sure whether I didn't ramble in this video, but we'll see in post when I'm editing it. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, please give me a like, subscribe for more content, my guy. And that's it. Let me know down below if you feel like this sometimes as well. If you feel like you're spending too much money on clothes. I feel like we all have at some point in our lives. Maybe you've got it all under control though and you know exactly what you're finna do. But yeah, that's it from me, JMCV, out. You get me. Peace.